Last but not least, though, one of the most highly anticipated films of the year,
Yeah.
Dolemite is my name. So
Right.
before I get into what the story is about, a little history about Dolemite. Kind of funny how I got into the character of Dolemite because I actually
Right.
knew about Dolemite before this movie ever came out, right? As I know many people will be kind of like, who is Dolemite? What's this, right? But yeah, I knew about this character long time, right? So
Yeah.
how I
Yeah.
was introduced to the character Dolemite, I weirdly enough, was through a Busta Rhymes album.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, Genesis, right? Which was
Yeah.
this was the first album that he released under G Records. And yeah, right after the founder Clive Davis he had a little conversation, you hear Rudy Ray Moore, right? AK Dolemite coming like, well, Busta Rhymes, it's been a long time since I heard you. And I mean, it's like Busta Rhymes is your name and breaking niggas down is your game. It's like,
Yeah.
who is this guy? And then I look up and like, oh, okay, that's Rudy Ray Moore. Okay, he's a
Yeah.
big deal. Okay, and then like with I would say modern black exploitation shows like Friday and stuff like that where
Yeah.
you just kind of mention, oh, I have this tape of Dolomite. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it was House Party. Robert Harris,
Right.
rest in peace, had say, yo, I told you to stay back with me. We're gonna watch Dolomite together, right? It's like, oh, okay, this is this Dolomite character. Then well, how I actually saw the film was okay. So I went through grindhouse phase during the 2000s, right? So remember Quentin Tarantino and Robert
Yeah.
Rodriguez had the double feature, right? Grindhouse, right? That was Planet Terror, which I really enjoyed, and Death Proof, which I really hated, right? And remember they had those trailers in between, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was just
Machete.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, machete and stuff like that, right? So I decided to look up, old school trailers for like
Right.
schlocky horror films, look up
Well,
black
what?
exploitation stuff,
Yeah.
right?
My take on it was because of the bullhorn character from Black Dynamite, and
Ah, yes, 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 right.
the bullhorn character is pretty much Dolomite. Same
Yeah, yeah,
sort
yeah,
of shit, but it's like they split the character in two there.
yeah,
Between Black Dynamite and Bullhorn. So when I research who Bullhorn is based on, that's when I know about it. I look up all his movies now.
yeah,
I was like, oh, wait. Okay, you knew about it, but you never see any of them. It's probably like
exactly, yeah,
you see one on cable, you didn't really watch it. Like it was, it's just a different time. My uncle, I think, was like related to that shit, so like maybe, but that was about. So you kind of miss it, but then when you checking it back as the homage now, and then you
right,
see it,
right,
it's
right.
like okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But good point that you make with Black Dynamite. Okay, yeah, that
yeah,
show is inspired by
right,
well, not just black exploitation films in general, but particularly Dolomite, especially the way how characters speak, this kind of rhythmic
yeah,
kind of fashion, how
yeah,
loud they are, how in the face they are with it, right? But yeah, with those grindhouse trailers and stuff, I started to look up. I saw this one for Dolomite, right? And I was just blown away by it, for one thing having him say, Dolomite is my name and fucking motherfuckers up is my game, right? It had a line that I never forget where he says, from the first to the last, I give them the blast so fast and their life is past before the ass is even hit the grass. And the way how
yeah,
Rudy just see it in this gruff voice, though, you know what I mean? Which sure Eddie can't replicate because he just does not have that baritone to his voice. Sorry, but he does his best,
that's
right?
the problem.
But yeah, but Rudy have
That's
that
the problem.
ace to his voice though. So when he says this, is like ass even hit the grass. It'll be like you're hearing that, then you feel it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I saw that trailer. I was blown away. I watched the show. It was dumb. It was fun, but it was every bit what I expected it to be. And then I actually saw the sequel to it, which is called The Human Tornado, which they
right,
also
right,
reference in this movie here. I'll tell you.
right.
I'll mention where, but I
Well,
want
let's
to leave it up to you to
we'll
see
talk about
where.
that, sir. We'll talk about that because the movie does some strange embellishments, but like it still work.
Yeah, I didn't mind them at all. Actually, I think they actually worked
Right.
there. Right. And then, well, last thing I want to say, well, after watching Dolomite is my name, I had a choice. I was like, all right, well, I could watch over Dolomite because I wanted to anyway, but there's one that I never saw from him, and this is called P.T. Wheat Straw. This was the third
Okay.
film that he brought out, and this is bizarre sort of horror fantasy comedy, but it's
Right.
like the Dolomite character he's not being Dolomite, but once again, he's a comedian, he's a stand-up comedian, and he knows kung fu because he had to have kung fu in the films, right? But it's this weird plot with the devil brought him in because it was to help him avenge the murder of his friend's brother. But in return, he wanted him to marry his daughter, but the daughter is like the ugliest woman ever, and she had this veil over her face, and it's like this weird mismatch of like horror and fantasy and black exploitation comedy there. But I picked that one because, well, it's Halloween though, so I figure, okay, let me watch a little Halloweenish kind of stuff, but it's with Rudy Remo, and shockingly, I actually really enjoy it. Like, it's very weird compared to Dolemite and the Human Tornado, while, those being straightforward comedies, right? But this one it was just so weird, but I actually kind of like it though. So I actually recommend, if you really want to learn more about Rudy Remo, check that one out. But really in particular, I'd recommend you check out Dolemite and the Human Tornado. Those two perfect examples of who this character is, you know what I mean? Yeah. So about the movie, right? About Dolemite is my name. One, it's directed by Craig Buer, who we would do as the director of Hustle and Flow. Great film in my opinion. That's like the nice alternate to, remember ATL with T.I.?
Right. And well, you mentioned T.I. because
T.I.'s in this too. I'll talk about T.I. in a bit, right? So yeah, this is like the dark counterpart to T.I. Sorry, to ATL. Why ATL was all bright and sunny. Oh, ATL is all bright and sunny. Hustle and Flow was like dark and grim, and it was about the pimps and the hoes, right? But yeah, and also, yes, it stars Eddie Murphy, but I didn't even know this till after the fact. It's actually his first R-rated movie since Life Was. Life was 20 years ago.
Right, okay.
Process that for a minute.
Yeah, well,
it's been 20 years since he started an R-rated film.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. That's insane. You know what I mean? Because we know because of what we know about Eddie Murphy there, right? So, so jumping in, what is this show about in a nutshell? It's about Rudy Remo. We see his come up. Him being the struggling artist, he's working at this nightclub. He opens for for soul musicians, jazz musicians, and whatnot. But he's the guy who hypes the crowd up. He cracks little jokes here and there. Yeah. But that's his job. He's just a crack jokester. But one day he runs into this vagrant fella. He's like the orator basically. Well, how they set it up there? He's kind of reminiscent of those orators from like from African history. He's
effectively right. Effectively, he's like, well, what we know as Midnight Robber now.
Yes. Right off the bat, I was thinking, yeah, this is the equivalent of a Midnight Robber because it's just all these brags and boasts, right? And well, if you know Rudy Remo's style of humor, it's very crass, it's very vulgar, very explicit, right? But it's so outrageous and catchy. He's like, well, I want to do this. This is what I want to do, and he actually records, I would say, just a bunch of these speeches there. I know in retrospect, I kind of wondered if he ever paid that man the dues that he deserved. He just basically recorded the man saying all that kind of stuff. He never paid him back for that. Like, come on. Like, no, you took my lyrics, you took my jokes, you never pay me for them. What the hell?
Anyway. I'm even aware of that, so whatever. You just pay him and say, look, talk shit.
Yeah, But it's the early 70s, right? So whatever, right? So so eventually he becomes the character of Dolemite, right? He dresses, I don't want to say like a pimp, he dresses like a player. He always has one outrageous line after the next, and all of them rhyme, right? So yes, as you say at the very end, he's like the godfather of hip hop, right? The way how he flows, he rhymes, all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, which I like. Very crass and very vulgar, by the way. So he becomes an instant hit. Of course, some radio stations didn't want to play him, because he's just too vulgar. But then again, this is around the time of like what Lenny Bruce and Red Fox and those.
It's after Lenny Bruce. It's after after that. It's not even it's early prior.
Early prior, yeah. I swear I saw a picture of prior though. I could be wrong, but maybe it's him, maybe it's not him. I'm not too sure, right? But anyway. Right, and he's growing a cult following. I mean, he's touring the country. People love his stuff. He hires this really buxom chick by the name of Lady Reed. Would be she's a character actually. Sorry, she's an actress who would show up in his first 3 films. She's even in P.T. Wheatstraw too. And she short appearance, and he's like, complimented her, she asked and all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah,
Right.
it's weird. But anyway, right? And, she just goes toe to toe with him, She could sing, she could
Yeah.
crack jokes, she could hold her own there, right? And,
Yeah, I really enjoyed that back and forth with the two of them because she had really good chemistry with Eddie, and it
yes,
worked
she
out
did,
fine
she did.
for what he was going for.
Yeah. Right. So he has, other friends involved with him. Working with him. He has Jimmy, who's played by Mike Epps.
Right.
The guy, that Jimmy Lynch guy, he is one of the actors in P.T. Wheatstraw tour. So yes, his friends kind of become actors themselves, right? One day they just decide, you know what, let me go and take in that movie, but let me go and take in that film, right?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, this is a film I actually wanted to see, like in real life, though. The front page with
Right.
with the odd couple himself, right? Jack Lemmon and Jack
Yeah.
Lemmon and Walter Matthau. Never saw
You
it,
know,
but I always went to see it there.
no, I like the front page a lot. But yeah, I could understand. But it made perfect sense. That's be the movie of the reference. Because
Yes.
it's about white people shit. Like I admit that.
Yeah, exactly. Because yes, so Rudy and then watching the show is like, why are these white people laughing at this shit? Like, dog,
And
like,
if I,
what we should do? We should actually make our own film, Jay, because, well, and his reasoning actually makes sense because, well, because he signed a label, the label, only writes his stuff, right? So it's like, well, cool, I
right.
have to make money another way too, through my art. So, hey, how about I make a film? I call it Dolemite, right? So he hooks up with a theater writer, actually, Jerry Jones, played by Keegan
Right.
Michael Key, excellently, in my opinion. It's like, yo, well, we just gonna write the
Yeah,
story. Sorry?
Yeah, I thought he was great in this because
Yeah. That's what I said. He was great. Yeah.
he started another film that I praised a lot. Because of this, and which had a similar central theme of not making it in show business, which is doing thing twice.
Yes, I remember you talked about that before.
Yeah.
I remember. Yes.
And it had a similar thing going on with making it in show business, and sure, all the uncertainties, all the bullshit that could happen to you. And
Right.
they addressed that quite well in this one. And to see him in it again, I'm like, oh, good. And I see it. And,
now, what I like also too is that he can't do this by himself, so he's looking for a producer, and this is great to see where he meets up. Almost unrecognizable Ti. Cause first I was watching the piece like, wait, as he started talking, I was like, oh shit, that's Ti, and I was cracking up.
I fucking Ti. That cracked me up,
I was cracking up, Jen, because he played the role real street. He talk about like this is what blaxploitation films are right now, and I have one that's in the work. It's called Cornbread Earl and Me. It's about this black kid who leaves. He goes to college, which is a classic blaxploitation film. And Rudy's like, that shit will never work, Jen. Right. And last thing I want to say before, hear your thoughts on the show. So they get the cast, they get the crew, which happens to be these film students and whatnot, and they also get Deville Martin, actually played excellently by Wesley Snipes. When I say excellently, nearly everything that Wesley does and see in that show had me cracking up by. He was near perfect in that role. And what I like about him the most is that he didn't know this actually. This coming as a fan of Rosemary's Baby. He actually had a brief appearance in that show there. But you see, he's a dignified black actor, right? And here he is being a director for this schlocky film. You know what I mean? So the way how he acts on stage and the way how he talking to people is just like, this is every bit the way a guy like him would act. You know what I mean? And I was just loving every moment he was on screen.
What make Wesley's lines great is that he have a couple moments where he have so much meta moments in it, where he'll say something and there's a total meta meaning to it. So, like when he was talking about how they talk about he had to light black people properly, right?
Yes.
Meanwhile, he is exceptionally lit in the shot, because they have him like standing up in the shot and the light hit him halfway on the face. And they catching both sides good, no crush blacks, nothing. I was like, well, what's going on here? Then I
like that. Yeah. I didn't notice that, but that was cool, yeah.
And then I second see what you talking about this man trying to do karate. He can't do karate at all. Meanwhile, Wesley Snipes is like a 7-degree black belt.
Yeah. It's those kind of like, it's the references that I really dig. I forgot to mention too, there's other characters that show up too. Like I didn't know Chris Rock was in this. Like, hey,
Chris Rock had a little part.
And his performance was his scene work Snoop Dogg was in it. I saw him in the trailer. His moment with Lunel, who I'm not really the biggest fan of. She worked.
Right.
Yeah, her character worked. Bob Odenkirk. Bob
Very
Odenkirk, sorry.
right.
He was in that too. He was the founder of Dimension Pictures, what we know as Dimension Pictures. Now, yeah, and that moment with him was great as well. So, yeah, I mean, I see nothing but great things about this show. But I'm just curious, Ricardo, what were your thoughts on this movie here?
I really dug this film. I loved it actually. It was really really charming and endearing. It's just such a great rise up story. And especially you're doing a good show business story. And
Yes.
we haven't had that in a while. Like again, the last film that did that well was Don't Think Twice. But to have it
But as you say that, I thought you would have mentioned the disaster artist. Cause it has a
nah, that's the comparison I'll make.
Somewhat no, I mean in terms of you are inept. You don't know what you're doing. How are you
Yeah,
making the show? But
the difference is that he like Tommy Wiseau is like not a hit. Tommy Wiseau only make it because of his nonsense now. Meanwhile,
yeah,
people like Jen like Dolemite, even though they kind of like it ironically, but the comparison of the irony liking is not the same in my opinion. But I'll admit it's two different cultures. Like yes, Dolemite is a bad film, but it's not the same kind of
yeah,
dynamic
it's
there.
not the same kind of bad. Like there's bad.
Right.
It's bad in terms of I guess characterization, storytelling, but it still functions as a film though.
Right.
Well, as the movie, this movie here really emphasizes it was meant to entertain, that more than less, right? Yeah.
And then what it does well is that is the whole what it is to break through and this whole don't sacrifice the good for the perfect kind of mindset that Dolomite have.
Yeah.
He was really he just had to do that shit. He had to real struggle. He had to take some L's, but he get it done now. And they do little small things of him living his life out, all the shit he had to go through. The stuff with Keegan Michael, I really like what he talking about. Keegan Michael, he want this perfect scene and so on. So it's like, no, that is not. It don't make sense doing it like that. Do it like this.
Yeah.
And
Speaking of that, right? There's a sort of a blink in the missing moment, right? Where where Dolemite where Rudy Ray was talking about, what would be cool is if we have an exorcism scene, right? White people love that kind of shit, right? And it's like, nah, let me leave the devil for the next movie. That's a reference to P.T. Wheatstraw, by the way.
Right.
I was like, okay, that's clever. Right. Yeah.
There's a side people, as I say, well, oh gosh, Wesley Snipes was great, and Wesley Snipes, I didn't know Wesley Snipes could be funny until seeing him in Chirac. So.
Oh yes. He was great in that.
Side characters was good. Craig Robinson was funny in this.
Yes. Speaking of Craig Robinson, right? The moment where he came on stage to sing that song, like the song itself is just so cringy. Like I want to drink your bad water. Like it's so blatantly cringy, but it was funny because how he delivers it there in his Craig Robinson kind of style, you know what I mean? So
Craig Robinson good at this. We call him Titus Burgess. Titus Burgess, hilarious. Yeah, he's pretty good at this. I never watched Titus Burgess material, right? I only know him as
me actually.
Yeah, I only know because I think it's one of them one of them Disney shows he was popular for, but I never really get into him. But all I know him as is the what white nonsense is this guy. That is the meme, right?
Right.
That's what I know him as. But to see him in this, he was pretty good in this. And then just to hear all the little back people in the background with the movie, yeah, they have Oscar Award winner Ruthie Carter. That's why the costumes are so good in this.
Yeah. When I saw that name, I was like, well, yeah. Of course she had to be in this, of course, because she killed it, right? She killed it, right?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's endearing, great story. The whole struggling as an artist and how that works and what you have to do to get through now. And they kind of nail it. They kind of make it really really clever, and they just make it a good rags to riches story effectively, right? For what it is. Just he had to real struggle. He start late in his life. He's a guy who just not that attractive, kind of old. All the things not working out for him, but he just get it done, and people appreciate what he did now. And it's all the sacrifice and this kind of stuff now. They make it work. I dug it for what it was. I'll say okay. So just to get to the bad quick, Eddie is slightly miscast as Rudy Ray, in my opinion. Because he's still Eddie Murphy playing Eddie Murphy more than Rudy Ray more. He didn't cover. It does feel like Eddie Murphy, I'll say.
I understand. And I would say I agree with you, but I think where you really notice it is the not the line delivery, but the voice, because
Right.
he doesn't do the low, he doesn't have the bass that Rudy
Right.
has. Rudy has bass in his
Right.
voice, but Eddie just
Right.
sounds like, yeah, you know what I mean, like loud Eddie, you
Right.
know what I mean,
Right.
even when he's doing the famous lines, you know.
Right. And then another issue I had with it, it's not a big issue, but it have a handful of embellishments in it that don't really like okay. The film itself have a bunch of stuff from other films.
Yeah. Could they reference both Dolomite
Yeah.
and Human Tornado?
Yeah. It's
And
like wait, that's not from
yeah, well, for me, like it took me out a bit, like for about a second. Like, wait
a
a
little
minute,
bit.
that wasn't in Dolomite, but I was like, okay, this is the scene that they set it up, and this is how they
Right.
shot it. And yeah, it's a funny scene, it's a very impactful scene. So it's like, all
Right.
right, well, I guess I could
Yeah.
let that slide. And how they make it work was
Right.
like, all right, cool, I could let that
Yeah. Yeah.
slide. Yeah, cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
but
But
for
it
some
make
people, they will just go in, probably like those who never saw Dolomite, and be like, well, wait there. So that scene that all this, show me here, where that from? It's like,
right.
well, it's from the follow up,
Each
right?
month, right.
Yeah.
And then it had a couple of pacing issues here or there in terms of like how you moving from point A to point B. But nothing major for me. That is like it's fine. Yeah, I dug the hell out of this. I just really enjoyed this. A really, really fun romp for me. They make it work. Everybody work together and it does make fun of making fun of stuff and how how you could get through the world and operate in that sense. And yeah, for lack of a better term, is an inspiration. The man works. Great character, great figure in history. And yeah, I'll say Eddie's back. Eddie is back. This was good. I really hope that the Coming to America remake or sequel or whatever it is they're doing good or as good in this quality and level as Kiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is. Well, just to jump in, right? So it will be a sequel, yes. Not
Right.
one that I asked for personally, but we get it. So
Yeah.
okay, whatever. But here, anyway, I agree with you totally. I really enjoyed this. This to me,
Yeah.
hands down, is the funniest show I've seen all year. And that's just really down to just the clever with the writing and of course just the great performances, throughout, right? I mean, Eddie Murphy
Right.
kills it as Rudy Raymore. Yes, he doesn't have the bass as Rudy, and it does kind of take you out of it at times because like yeah, Eddie just doing Rudy's greatest hits basically, right? But because of what he brought to the character too, because he's not just loudmouthed and crass just for the sake of it. You know what I mean? Like just for the come up itself, it's just like, well, yeah, this is what people like, so I'm gonna give them that now. I'm gonna give them a product now. You know what I mean? And that's something that we like, as creatives that we don't really like to think about that much now. Like to think about,
Right.
oh well, it's about me and what I can do, but something you have to think about, no, but who's your audience? Who's gonna buy this stuff? You know what I mean? So, but what I also like too is that like I'm not expecting anybody to watch a show and be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna make my really shitty film because I got
Right.
inspired by this. Like, no, it
Mhm.
shows you the reality of things. It's like, all right, this happened in the 70s, folks. We're not seeing it gonna happen in like in the
Film is
2020s.
super
We're not seeing that.
expensive.
Yeah, film is expensive. Yes, I mean, sorry, that's how it is, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but what I mean, the comparison to these disaster artists, at least
Right.
with the Room, right? That was trying to be a melodrama and instead just being this unintentionally bad movie, right? Well, slash
Right.
comedy. This one was like Dolemite the film, right? Where this movie is based on is every bit what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Raunchy, loud, chicks with girls with kung fu. Cause yeah, he wants that action
It is
scenes, you know what I mean? All that stuff.
sex, the
Yeah, sex
sexy
scenes
moment was
just
great.
because yeah.
Now the sexy moment was great when the whole set bashing up and
Yeah. And it like for somebody who saw Human Tornado, and well, that's
yeah.
where that scene came from actually.
Yeah.
Seeing how they play, how that played out though was like, yeah, this worked for me because you could tell that yeah, behind the scenes people was cracking up, Jen. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
such a funny moment, and I just love how even though they didn't know much about what they were doing, they had fun with it. They wanted to make a product. They saw it. They saw it in their head that it was going to make it work. And because it came out at just the right time, and I love the
Right.
how they show the How They Come, right? Classic film from
Yes,
Jamaica,
yes.
right?
That's a
'Cause-
reference. I was like, oh shit, it would.
yeah, because that show itself would have been a flop had it not been for a certain theater which we see there that sort of helped market it as a black exploitation film.
Right,
And through that,
right,
well, now everybody know what the handicap is, right? And now everybody
right.
know
Yeah,
what Dolemite is, right? So it's
yeah,
just a matter of just the right elements, maybe not happening the way you expect it to, but just happening at just the right time. So that's why I hope that people don't watch this and be like, okay, now I'm gonna make my bad movie. Like it doesn't
that,
play out like that. It just has to be right time, and then you know
right.
like his shtick as far as a comedian, right timing. Him making a film, right timing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's basically what the story is about. I love the cinematography, set design, the music choices, just the vibe of everything, and just how just flat out hilarious it was though. Like you have
yeah,
your little dramatic moments here, their characters experience the lows, the highs and whatnot, but it does not stray away from the humorous aspect of it. Because yeah, the movie itself, which, like I said, I saw like years prior to watching this. Yes, it's dumb fun, right?
right.
But just knowing the story behind it and how funny it is, just being yeah, just for an entertaining movie overall, right? And just seeing, just that's what he struggled, but just what it took for them to get this movie to show in a
Yeah,
theater. And
but
just being that in itself
as I
is
said,
inspirational.
yeah, as I said, the issue, the only issue I had that was part of the piece, and I find you didn't really get the whole him struggling as much as as he could have seen, in my opinion. When he was living in the
Yeah,
hotel.
I can agree. Yeah, yeah, we could have got a
Yeah,
little bit more of the
more
struggle
that,
aspect. Yeah, yeah.
more,
It's
yeah.
just more like
But
things happening because he just pushed himself out there to make it
right,
happen,
but
which is fine. But still, is he come
yeah,
up? Then we love that.
they because they just show him like begging for money and that kind of stuff. But I wasn't thinking. I thought we could have get more of him alone in the hotel, stuff like that. No?
Yeah,
Because he had to move to the apartment, little things like that. So
yeah,
it's whatever.
right. And I just love how he just went out there to make things happen. Even like one scene I love was how he was able to promote his film, showing at that theater there. Like it just so like guerrilla style though. But it's like yeah,
Yeah,
that's what you had to do, Jay. You had to hustle to get that stuff out there, right? So yeah, I mean, as far as just showing, as far as just like a movie about film goes, yeah, this is an absolute must see. As far as a tribute to that black exploitation era, yeah, this is absolute must see for me. An absolute must see. Sorry, and just as a movie in general, just as a comedy, just as a great biopic, yeah, this works. You know what I mean? And because it's going for this comedic angle, it has to be like that. It's not like say, Man the Moon, for example, where it's primarily a drama, but it's about a comedian, right? Andy
right.
Kaufman, right? So it's not like that. It's hilarious. You just rock back, you relax, you have fun with it. If you just do like cussing and whatnot. I mean, come on, Roger, this is the trailer, right? So you know it again, right? I went and I know I was good. I came out of it like, yeah, I enjoyed the show. It was so good. Like I say, I just went and watched PT Weeds through after that. And last thing I want to say before I get to read it, I hope that above everything else, right? Along with making people realize, oh well, yes, Eddie Murphy still got it. Okay, yeah, the man still have it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it
mean,
was great.
yeah, I'm glad he still have it, right? He shows it. He shows it every time he's on screen, right? But
Yeah,
I just hope that with this movie here, more people check out, the Dolemite films, right? And not just that,
yeah,
other black exploitation films, you know what I mean? Like what you mentioned, the Shafts, the Black Caesars, you know what I mean? The Cornbread
right,
Earls and
right.
Me, stuff like that. Even like Uptown Saturday Night, which Howie Boy, Bill Cosby, well, formerly Wee Boy.
Right.
I like the little reference he make with Bill Cosby.
Right. They
That
make
was,
another
that was hilarious. That was real hilarious.
they make another comedian reference. I forget who it was. Somebody they call out. Because Bill Cosby and Eddie Murphy have a whole drama now.
Yeah,
So when you follow Bill Cosby like this he can a little dance on Bill Cosby correct grief now. A little bit.
yeah, that was great. But yeah, boy, I
Yeah.
mean, what more can I say about the performances? I thought the performances were fantastic in my opinion. Wesley Snipes, he killed it,
Yeah.
boy. He just had
Yeah.
me laughing.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
how he just reacts to everything, though. Even right now to doing the shoots of specific scenes from like Dolomite and Tex and
Yeah.
Human 20, this is the way how he reacted. This had me going. Even the
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
shot with him had me going, boy. So yeah, I love this performance. So yeah, this hands down is one of the best shows for the year. I go in high with this. Strong 4 out of 5. This is going to be about top 10
Right.
for sure. Best of the decade, I don't know as yet. It could be
Right. Right.
maybe, but as far
Yeah.
as best of the year, yeah, boy, this is
Yeah.
this is up there for me, boy. Absolute must see.
Yeah, I give this like an 8 out of 10. I
Nice,
really
nice,
liked it.
nice.
It had a couple shortcomings for me. As I say, I would have preferred if they just showed Dolomite entirely, instead of Human Tornado, because I think Human Tornado have the more iconic, memorable scenes now. So I think that's why they went like with that.
Yeah,
Um,
it included the he think he bad and got no class. I'ma rock the shotgun up his
right,
motherfucking ass, right? Which
right,
I love how they
um,
show it in the film, but he is like, well, the drive nigga drive scene that's from Human Tornado too. But it's like,
right, exactly.
yeah, but it's like you could have just done with the stuff that was in the
Yeah, let's
original film. Though.
do it.
Like one shot in particular, slight spoiler, I thought they would have shown it was the classic scene, right? This is where Dolemite talking to these two guys and you see the guy on the ground with the bike sticking, and you see the bike
Right,
sticking out to the
yeah,
frame there. I thought we would have seen
right,
that. But yeah, that
right,
moment in the film always had me cracking up. But yeah,
right.
go on.
Yeah, and then it has a couple of and then little pacing issues here or there. Where I thought they could have showed the drama part of the drama comedy a little more, but still it was fine for what it was. I really enjoyed this. I still think Eddie Murphy is slightly miscast, but that's the only thing that make it lose a couple points. But other than that, I thought this was great. Well done, good characterization for everybody around. Yeah, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, but last thing I want to say, as I say, he's slightly miscast. Could you imagine anybody else playing Dolomite though?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I don't know who other guy you could have guessed somebody else to play Dolomite. I'm not sure. In
Or
my head, I
somebody
kind of
younger? Well, somebody younger
not
perhaps,
younger, not
because
younger.
yeah,
You could actor older, but not somebody else. But it had to be somebody. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But
yeah,
it's just because Eddie Murphy not doing anything but Eddie Murphy shtick now. So like
right.
if you ignorant and don't know this at all, and you don't know the material at all, and yeah, I could see you buying it, but because I already know Eddie Murphy, and it's like, yeah, it's Eddie Murphy shit. So it's like you're not doing it, you're not trying, you didn't make any effort now.
Right,
Remember,
right, right. And I guess it's because of how old he is too. There, so it's
right,
old
right.
him playing youngish Rudy Ray Moore. Cannot say that Rudy was young at the time when he made Dolomite and those
No,
films, right? But still,
Rudy was old, not as old as Eddie Murphy, but he was kind of starting to get up in age because that was kind of the whole point, right? So,
right, right, right.
uh, anyway, but yeah, the line with "bitch are you for real" is still crack me up every time.
Yeah, I forgot that was in the movie though. When they redid it, I was like, oh yeah, that was in it.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah,
But yeah,
that's
as you
still crack.
say, as you say though, this is a great comedy. To me, this is
Yeah,
the best comedy I've seen for 2019. I don't think I'll see anything else, as hilarious as this. Well, I could see the Fanatic. But then again,
probably.
that wasn't supposed to be funny. But anyway, right?
Right.
But yeah, if you are a fan of just anything exploitation, if you're a fan of Rudy Ray Moore, if you're a fan of Eddie Murphy, this is an absolute must see. If you're new to this, if you don't know who Rudy Ray Moore is, yeah, this will be a great film to open you up to the world of of Dolomite and stuff. And like I say,
Yeah,
I really strongly recommend that you check out the films. Yes, they're dumb and most times they don't make any sense, but they are a
yeah,
part of cult movie culture. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
strongly recommend you check those out.